Good morning. It's great to see all of you here at our quarterly divisional meeting. As most of you know, I'm Kristen Stetler, and I'm excited to share with you today all of the great work that we've done in Alumni House to create new ways to engage our university supporters. Over the next 15 minutes or so, I will share how our new office model works, how you can best interact with us, and how we can all work together towards helping our alumni, parents, and students feel great about our university so that they continue to support us. First and foremost, we do thank you for helping us get to this point. We've waded through a ton of material, discovery meetings, information gathering sessions, and we know along the way there was a lot of confusion. We felt it too. Change is hard, but we are committed to making this new model effective for everyone, especially you all, our partners, and we're already seeing progress. Let me talk for a moment about our office as a basic understanding. Number one, our new office name is the Center for Alumni and Family Engagement. Number two, we are responsible for engaging alumni, parents, and students broadly. If you think back to what Scott has talked about in our other division meetings, we are focused on the 95%, those constituents who support our university through volunteering, donating funds, and sharing their expertise. We think about how, when, and why they engage. We think about how to move this group of people from little or no involvement to engaging in more, new, and different ways. Number three, we have become the division's centralized events and programs model. And number four, our work is based on both data and experiences. We pull data out to see who our constituents are and how they're already engaging with us. We put data in to add to the big picture and formulate measurable goals. We are making more decisions using data than ever before, but still we rely on experiences that we see, hear about, and take part in ourselves. So how do we spend our time in our office? Well, we meet with alumni, we travel, we plan and execute events, we build relationships with constituents, we build reports in CRM, and we build invitations in CVent. We also build our expertise through benchmarking and job training. We collaborate with colleagues like you. We try new approaches, new programs, and new marketing angles. We drop what's failing, or at least we try to, and we fail. And then we get up, pull out some more data, and try something different. This model, if done well, really will help us reach our goals of creating better experiences for our alumni, parents, and students so that they will give back with their time, expertise, and funds. Now let's focus on why the division decided to create a centralized programs and events model. Number one, we wanted to bring together staff with common skill sets and expertise. Number two, we need to be smarter about the volume and types of ways that we're interacting with our audience. Otherwise, they'll become fatigued from too many events and too much impersonal outreach. Going along with this, we also need to have a high-level calendar view. We all know the world works differently than it did 10, even 5, even 3 years ago. We need to adjust our goals and practices, the ways that people are connecting with one another and being involved in groups that they enjoy is changing. Okay, so on to the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about how our new centralized model actually works. Our programs team is responsible for being the frontline staff who talk with our constituents about their university experience, what they enjoyed, what they didn't enjoy, and how they can better support our students. The programs team comes up with intentional ways to keep the university and all of its programs and initiatives in front of our alumni, parents, and students. On the programs team, we have program managers who visit alumni and parents, meet with students, and build relationships. They collaborate with colleagues in our division like you, the academic colleges, athletics. Occasionally, they will suggest that people are brought together for an event. We also have program coordinators who support our volunteer boards, schedule meetings, send gifts, and put data into CRM and pull it back out. Program areas that we're focusing on are things like affinities. What groups were they in as students? What groups bring them pride and a sense of commonality? Class unity, diversity, equity, and inclusion, athletics, regional engagement, admissions and legacy, student engagement, and parent engagement. I'd like to take a moment and ask our engagement programs team members to stand up. Thank you. Okay, so our events team is responsible for building a top-notch intentional event experience from beginning to end. What should people gather in an event for? Should it be in person or online? Should it be on campus or off campus? What's the atmosphere? What should the formality and tone be? Who speaks at the event and what do they say? Who invites them and what value do they get out of our experience? On the events team, we have event managers who will handle logistics of an event, booking the venue, choosing the menu, envisioning how long the speaking portion of the event should be, ordering the technology. We also have event coordinators who create and send the invitations, build the registrations, take payment, and get the attendee lists and upload them into CRM. I'd like to ask the engagement events team to please stand. Thank you. So how does our new centralized model affect you? Do you ever have a prospect or a volunteer who's offered to host an event in their home or their office? We can help. Do you ever talk to parents who want to offer their own expertise over and above just being the parent of a current student? We can help channel that. You can talk through your ideas with a program manager, and as the idea gets formulated and approved to move forward, the events manager will take on the logistics and create the registration with the event coordinators and build the experience that's best for the constituent. You'll be kept in the loop so that you're assured things are going well, and you can also help to assure the prospect or volunteer along the way. Do you ever have suggestions on an event venue, maybe one with a university connection? Do you have a prospect who would be willing to pay for an event? We still need your expertise and connections to do this. You'll simply pass that information on to our programs team and we'll take it from there. To make sure that our events are prioritized, that we have the right events and the right number of events in each region each year, there will be a few prep steps. Fundraisers, for example, will pitch their ideas to leadership in philanthropy team, and a priority list will be built. This will ensure we're putting the most attention to the key events that year. As much as we want to do everything, we really shouldn't. That's overload on our constituents and overload on our staff and budget. So to capture ideas and streamline information, we will have a new and improved online form that we'll ask you to fill out with your details so that they're all in one place. We'll use this as a conversation piece and as a way to get information into the database and drive the event planning. We will be building out a Smartsheet model so that folks can have access to progress along the way. I often say that putting our new office structure in place is like driving a stick shift car. Some days we've left the clutch on too long, other days we've revved the gas too soon, and yet others we completely stalled out. We are trying to move as quickly as possible, taking action all the time and having little wins along the way. They will turn into big wins, and if we keep making intentional, smart, and informed decisions, it will go even better. The mind shift will happen, I know it, and I believe so strongly in our group of colleagues and in all of us. In closing, I want to emphasize these changes may be invisible to our constituents. Hopefully they notice that they're feeling more or better engaged. We will be asking for their feedback and their input, and we will use that feedback, including yours, to shift our staff to one area or another or less as we learn what works and what doesn't work. We don't want to end up being like what was being said from the get-go. In fact, we'd like to be the opposite. Team players, good listeners, and action-oriented. I'd like to thank several key people for their hard work and for helping to lead all of our changes. Chris Waters, who leads the new events team. She's been a phenomenal colleague. Brianne Croteau, Mary Marshall, and Amanda Craig, who physically moved to our office in addition to being on our teams, and the entire team of the Center for Alumni and Family Engagement. Please stand. These folks have been through a lot, and we could not have come close to making such monumental changes in partnership with all of you. And to everyone in the room, here we go. Thank you.